Hi everyone, this is Carolynne from NonnasNuttykrafts, and I have another video for you guys, and I hope you enjoy this one just as much as you did the ribbon wreath. So we're going to make ribbon angels. Why not? We just got the ribbon thing going. This is my camera here, and you're going to see it bopping up and down every now and then. I'm trying not to hit it with my chair, but we'll get to that in a minute. So what you need, and this is a really easy one. If you have scrap ribbon, this is a good project for it. We're going to do two different types of angels, one with the 2.5 inch. And if you have some 4-inch ribbon, that would be great too, because we're going to do a larger one. Now, these you can do at Christmas time. You can make Halloween, like witch looking ones out of it. You can do ones depending with your ribbon, different ones to keep throughout the rest of the year. So you can use them at craft shows during the spring and summer. And based on your type of ribbon that you use, coloring, that would be something you can add to your shop. So anyway, so we got the ribbon down pat. Now you can use little gemstones on this. You can make a little bow, do whatever. What I know, these are going to be hung on trees and doors. So I get these little, they're like 3-dimensional stickers. Where's my camera? There it is. All right, different ones. And you can get flowers. You can use flowers, whatever you want. You will need a stapler. I have two different ones. One seems to, for me, goes better through the thicker pieces than the other. You're going to need some of, now you can use ribbon. I like using these little cords like this, you know, that you can find on a roll at your craft store. Bells. We're going to have two different sizes. The bigger one, for which is going to be on the 4-inch, is about 1 inch. The other one for the 2.5, this is about 3/4 of an inch. So just shy of 1 inch. You're going to need a glue gun. I have the detailed one since I only need little dabs of glue. So keep that in mind. If you have little happy fingers, so your fingers don't get burned when you're gluing, that even works better for you. All right, and you're going to need a pair of pinking shears. You can use regular scissors on this. I choose to use the pinking shears because if it's a type of ribbon that may fray a little bit, pinking shears works lovely for that. So I'm going to switch my cameras here so that you can see better. Whoops, where are you? Here you are. And you're going to be a little bit closer. You won't see me, which is okay. All right. Look at that, up close and personal. All right. So what we're going to first do, we're just going to cut off. This was ribbon I was using for something else. Don't need it. And we'll throw that away. So now we start with a nice edge. Oh, let me put my ribbon up here. So this is going to be with the 2.5 inch ribbon. We have it pink sheared, as you can see. And what we're going to do, we're going to fold this back and forth. And we're going to fold it so we have 7 folds, and they're going to be about 1/4 of an inch, just like that, about 1/4. It's almost like a fingertip, finger width, I guess you could say. And we're going to make it so we have 7 folds on this side. So this would be one, and then we're going to fold it back the other way. So just like when you want to make a fan or like an accordion, and we're going to keep doing this back and forth. Try to keep your ribbon as straight as possible. Will it shift? It will, and that's okay. It's okay if it shifts. There's nothing much you can do about that. You do the best you can. All right, so we keep going. So right now you can see I only have 3 folds on this side, and I want 7. Now the part that's the pinking sheared part will be to the back of the angel. So you won't see that, which is what you want. So that helps you to know, like, this is the back because this is the pinking shear side. Okay. We got 1, 2, we got 3, 4, 5. So 2 more. And like I said, you're watching TV. You can sit and do this as you're doing that. It makes it just something, you know, you're watching your TV show It takes away distractions of things, and it just gives you something, and they're easy to make. All right. So we have 5 folds on this side. Well, let's just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't mean 5, 7. So now what I do, see, mine's not even. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. So I peel this back just a little bit like that. So when I do my pinking shears, I want it to be as close to this edge as possible. Usually the first one goes hard because you're going through the wire. All right. So you can see it's a little bit off on being even here. That's okay. We can take it and we can try to adjust it. Not try, but we can to make it a little bit better. All right. Now what we're going to do, you see I'm doing this because I want it nice and flat. And this is when I take my handy dandy stapler. I usually use this stapler. And I'm only going to go down, if you can see, it's about a finger's width. You want to make sure, because this, all your edges are caught in the staple, because we're going to cut off that other side. And you're just going to go and you're going to staple it one way. And then I like to see this staple gun didn't work on this one. So we'll go for this one. We'll just stick you in there. That one worked, came all the way through on that one. And I like to reverse staple it as well. All right, and that came through. So see, you could see this staple here, and then these are the little ones from the other side. Now what we're going to do, we're going to cut off this top. Let me get a pair of scissors out here. So when you cut it, you want to cut as close as you can. I'll flip it around so you can maybe see the staple better. Right here is where the staple is. It's kind of hard with all the glitter. And you want to cut pretty close to that, not all the way. So we're just going to take this bulk off. And then if you fan, this is what the skirt's going to be. You can see how it fans out just like that. And that's going to be our skirt of our angel. Now we're going to make the wings. So now the body we did at 7, we're going to do the wings at 5. Now you're probably going to ask me, oh, how long is this going to be? Each piece in inches or centimeters or whatever. It's hard to tell you that, because if you make this too wide or too narrow, it varies. So that's why I say make sure you have enough ribbon that you can do it, and scrap ribbon, like I said, works the best. So do that. You can do it with I have one that's kind of like a little bit burlappy. I'm not a burlap fan of so much a burlap ribbon. Ouch, that was sticking out. The little edges stick out. So when that happens, I just take my little pliers here and I'll just bend it backwards and I'll put it in the dress. I don't want to cut the wire off right now. I can at the end, if anything is still sticking out, I can cut it off. Okay, so I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. So we got 3 on this side. Remember, the wings are always 5 and the body is always 7. Ben, where are you? I don't know where you're coming out. All right, so that's 4. And this should be 5. Right, so we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, same thing. I bend it back just a little bit, just so I can get it as close as I can to making it even. And this is going to be our wings. So now what I do with this, I look like this. I fold it in half. I kind of pinch it right there, and I'm going to mark it with my finger. And I'm going to use, that's where my staple's going to go. Now, before you go any further, take it and make sure so you know that you're centered. You don't want it to be off kilter in any way. All right. And I do the same thing. I staple it back on the other side as well. And there we go. There's my 2 staples through there on the other side. So Then when you pull this apart, we're going to pull both sides apart. And that will be your wings. What happened here? Okay, this one's a little bit long on this side. That little piece of wire. So we're just going to cut that baby off. Where'd it go? There you are. I think it's stuck to my clips. There we go. All right, so this is what our wings are going to be. Okay, don't pull it all the way up because we got to attach it to our angel. So what I do here is I take my hot glue gun, and this top piece where we cut off, I'm going to put some glue right going down there. Decide what you want to be your top or your bottom. We're going to put it this way. And I try to make it even in the front, because again, when you fold it, if you're a little bit off, it's okay if it shoots to the back. And then I like to stand them up like this. I'll just stand it up against something. It depends if I have glue dripping. A lot of glue strings, but there's no glue dripping on that one. So we're going to put that one off to the side, let that dry a little bit. So let's take our 4-inch ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's just pretty. It's just pretty. Now this, a lot of this ribbon, I don't know where this came from, but like I said, use your scraps and it makes it so much easier for you to get rid of things like that. So you don't have a bulk of that. All right, so now we're going to do 7 of this to make the body. So we got 2. There's 3. There's 4. And if you see, when I come around, I'll come around the other way. When I come here, I use my thumbs, trying to help keep it even as best as I can. Is that 5? Yep. And here goes. This will be 6. And that should be 7. So I always count before I take it apart. Yep, that's 7. And again, I squish down on where the wire is. Oop, pinky is yours. And again, I bend it back just a little bit because you don't want to cut the fold. That's another thing. You don't want to cut the fold. All right. So that one's there. And again, I'm going to go ahead and whichever side you want to do, it doesn't matter. Stick it in your staple gun. And now if you have a different type of staple gun, it doesn't matter. It's just staples. And we're going to staple it together. And there's our staples in there. And again, I look on both sides to make sure I'm not cutting anything off, any staples out. And that's going to be our dress for our other angel. See? Just a fan. It's like a fan. All right, so let's make our wings. And again, the wings are going to be 5. So there's 1, 2. Now, the thing is, you want to have something in your ribbon when you decide that's something that's going to hold your creases, because you can have really flimsy ribbon and it's just not going to look good. So test it out by doing some folds on it and see if it will work for you. That's 3. 4. And you can see as you start doing them, you'll get faster and faster. Oh, that was wonky. Okay, that's 5, right? 3, 4, 5. Yep. And that's going to be 6. One more to make 7. That should be 7. So 3, 6, 7. Yep. And fold it back. Cut it. And then we're going to have our, this is the wings. So that's okay. So we'll just take off. So we got 5. 3, 4, 5. So see, it's easy. If you make a mistake like that, I can save it. Actually, I'll just save this and make it a body. So let me quickly do a 5er. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Listen, anytime you watch any of my videos, there's always a blooper in there. And it makes it more fun because you know what? We're all human. I get into counting sometimes. And oopsie. It happens. All right. Let's put that away. All right. So now we have our 5 for our wings. So same thing. Going to cut, fold it in half, crease it, put my finger where it is. And this is how I mark it. If you find something that works better for you, hey, go for it. Oh, before I put my second staple in, see, I want to make sure my staple's right there. Just make sure I got them even. And whoops, got to go the opposite way. And there my go. Good to go. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. Decide, again, if you feel this is better looking on the top or this one, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong. I don't think I'll make this one. No, I'm going to make this one my top. Why? Because I don't know. Because I think it looks better than the other side, which is identical anyway. All right. So I try to keep it even on this side here. If it sticks out a little bit there, it's okay. It has more glue coming out that side. Okay. So let's go back to our little baby here. So this is when I'm going to spread the wings out a little bit more. And now what I'm going to do, I have a bell. And I'm going to put the bell in there. Because the bell is what the head's going to be. So see, your bell's going to be right in there. See? But before we do that, I've cut these little pieces of ribbon you can use or whatever. And I'm going to thread it through now before I do anything else. And my hole needs to be a little bit bigger. Oh, it's clogged. Oh, really? Let's see if this will work to unclog it. I think that worked. Let me take the other end. Let me clog this side. Just when they, on these ones, when they have the glitter, because this is all glitter, it sometimes gets stuck in there, the glitter. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to tie this in a knot. And again, I made this 8 inches long. If you want to make it longer or shorter, that's up to you. and I pull it so it's tight. And then whatever little stringy things are hanging up there, I try to cut it as close as I can to the knot, but I don't want to cut it too close because if I do, then it's going to come undone. Okay, so why the other one, let's go ahead and thread this one since we're on a threading. And test your bells. Make sure they're ringing. The little ones don't make as much noise as the bigger ones do. Now this is very elasticity, so I really like to make sure that's tight because I don't want it to come undone. Okay, so we're going to take our little baby here. Now look, I'm noticing now. Oh, that's okay. No, that's fine. All right. So I'm just going to fold it down. When we put on our bell, you can see where the loop is, right? We want it so when it hangs on our tree that way and our wings and all are going this way, like this. We don't want it where it's hanging like that, sideways. Let me do it that way, okay? So what I do, now this is the important part. You can hear it jingling now. If you put it where you go like this on your angel, oops, sorry. If you put it like this, that little clapper thing in there is going to glue. So when I do mine, I turn it upside down and I do it upside down like this. So it's jingling. If it gets stuck, we can fix it. And again, I want to make it so that I can hear the bell. Hear it? It's not going to be a loud bell because again, this is a small little thing. Now these, I definitely, when I do these, I do stick them off to the side, upside down, just so that the clapper thing inside, that little, whatever they call it, I'm calling it a clapper, does not stick. Now the bigger bells, you get more openings. So sometimes it does, and it's, again, okay. Again, you can see I'm holding it just like this. So I know this is going to be the front of my bell. Push it right down there. I always test it. It's still jingling. And again, I'll set that off to the side to let that take a few seconds to dry and get some glue strings off. Okay. Now I have chosen on these two. Remember I showed you in the beginning, we have the stickers because these are going to be hung inside. You can use roses, you can do ribbons, you can do whatever you want, little gems, it doesn't matter. This is like a little paper 3D, and they usually come with a sticky thing. I take that off, and then this is just a little bow. Again, the same thing, and I peel off the little sticky thing on the back. Okay, so this is good. So let's get her skirt open more here. There we go. Open her wings a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, and this is the front. Oops, I got this all curled up in here. Straighten out your wing, girlfriend. This is the front of the dress, because remember, we said the part that has the pinking sheer goes to the back. You can see the back is all white. This is the red and white. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this right on the front of her dress. If you want her wings open more, then don't make the dresses full, and you can open the wings. And this, what this also does, it covers up the two pieces as they're put together. Still jingling. Glue is pretty good. This one I'm choosing to do the little bow. Put that right on front. And there you go. You have angels. Just make sure when you open these up that you do get the back open on that, because otherwise it just looks funny. All right, so there's our 4-inch angel. And there's our little baby angel. It's one side. Go straight. There's our little baby angel. Yay. So see, there you go. And again, you can make these for all seasons based on your your ribbon, whatever style you want to do. And I make them for spring, summer, winter, fall, whatever. So let me switch cameras here for you guys again. Oops. Am I back? There we are. So there's our little angels. See how easy that is without the glue strings? And they're ready to go. Yay. More glue strings. Those glue strings will get you every time. All right, you all. So that's going to be it from NonnasNuttykrafts. I hope you enjoyed making some angels. And when you make them, post them in the UK retreat so everybody can see what you made. All right? Y'all take care. Bye-bye.